I am Max Pita and I will showcase the build that I'm going to play in Last Epoch Season 2. It's a rogue blade dancer using Sync Strike and Shadow Cascade with Shift and Smoke Bomb with Shurikens triggered by Shift. I will showcase the gameplay in a Monolith with 600 corruption. I played this same build with 1000 corruption, but I can die and I don't want to die while recording. So let's go take it easier for 600 corruption. That is already very difficult to achieve. And I have a video of this same video here on YouTube where I slay the Harbinger and I explain the build in the first season. The combo here is easy. I use Sync Strike, Shadow Cascade, Shift and go. Sync Strike, Shadow Cascade, Shift and go. And things like that. Just I can evade sometimes if I am surrounded by enemies or if I feel that after the Shadow Cascade I'm going to be hit. And to have more time before each cycle of the combo. Synchronized strike has 1 second cooldown, so I have to do something this 1 second. Place decoy. And what's happening? What's my computer doing? And here we finish the first cycle. Then now I will show you the 1k corruption. Let's see. Trash. Not the trash in the next season. Where we're going to reroll legendary potentials in the cache. Here is my 1k corruption node for the same character. And I already prepared it for some bosses. And with the Harbinger. With the maybe I can't kill the Harbinger here. But at 600 corruption is guaranteed. So let's first kill the aberration. The aberration is more easy. So I was just killing it with 1k corruption without killing the Harbinger. But let's just try. If I die for the Harbinger, it's everything okay. That's no problem. If I want to kill the Harbinger, I less the corruption. See, I'm stunning him. Very... And the damage is really powerful damage. We killed it with easy. So the Harbinger now. If I got hit here, I die. Let's take distance. Oops. He's coming. Smoke bomb. Stay on his back. Okay. I'm going good. Smoke bomb. I died. To kill him, it's like a Souls-like. You can't take his combo and things like that. It's possible. I already killed him with 1000 corruption. But you saw how I killed easy the aberration with 1000 corruption here. Now I'm just leaving Boosteroid. I played this in the browser, do you believe me? With Boosteroid. If you want to know more about Boosteroid, you can go at my link that is in the description. And here I play lots of games directly from the cloud. And I'm playing a lot Last Epoch with ultra quality. And that is really amazing. In my computer I have to play this in the very low. I play in the very low in my computer. But here in the browser playing with Boosteroid, I played it in ultra. Really better. Okay, so let's leave here. I will show you now the build in the planner. Check it in the description. Just let me say yes. So this is the build in the planner. Let me just increase size here so you can see. Yes, but it's too big for the video. Okay, now it's we can see it. Well, this is almost the same build that I was using. The new thing here are idols and the Scissor of Atropos. Scissor of Atropos is a one-handed unique sword with Weaver's Will. So you have to go in the Woven Echo that drops. There will be 3 bosses in that Woven Echo. One of them can drop the Scissor of Atropos with 30 to 45% drop chance, and then you can have one of these, but it will come with Weaver's Will, and with the Weaver's Will you have to count on lucky to get the legendary affixes. The most important affix here are critical strike multiplier or melee attack speed. You can go with tier 7. If you have one of these two, you win on the lottery. And you have this good Scissor of Atropos to play in this build. The other weapon is Traitor Stone to the offhand. It will give 13 critical strike chance and will be very, very good with this 13 critical strike chance in the offhand. And we can go with increased melee attack speed or critical strike multiplier. You can take any of the two. It's good that we have this tier 7 affix, one in one weapon and other in the other weapon. Of course, this is one LP1 dagger. If you have more LP here, you can go for more affixes. And for that, I separate this other tab here where I show you the other good affix. Damage, physical melee damage, physical penetration, and dodge rating to the Scissor of Atropos are really good affixes to target for. If you already get your tier 7 critical strike multiplier or tier 7 melee attack speed, you can go for critical strike multiplier, physical melee damage, physical penetration, dodge rating. You can go for shred armor. All those are really good affixes. Same thing for go for the Traitor Stone, physical melee damage, physical penetration, chance to apply shred armor on hit. We don't have dodge affixes for daggers, and this is where we can go. Also critical strike multiplier. So those are the affixes that come after the most important ones. Okay, the woven flesh, that is not a really necessary body armor right now, but it's not that hard to get a woven flesh with 2 LP, legendary potential 2. I have this in my main character with 4 level of Shadow Cascade and increased melee damage, plus increased health. So we still need health to survive, moreover in higher corruptions. And the jump of the cat of this woven flesh is that it gives you 100% critical strike avoidance. Why I did tell you that we don't need the woven of flesh specifically, it's because there is many affixes and many items over in the new season that gives critical strike avoidance or damage reduced from critical strike. So we have many options to go now. But with this, we can have the blessing of all resistance buff. If we're going to not use it and go for critical strike avoidance, it's also good because we can have 70% of critical strike avoidance and dodge rating of 90. That will increase our dodge for this build. The main focus of dodge in this build is to get it from the passives, but we can get this extra dodge that will really increase our dodge here. So it's optional for you to see what your build deserves better. By example here in the armor, I would recommend that no pertinent. So the no pertinent is also good armor if you're not going to be caring about the critical strike avoidance here. So you can go for no portent with just level of Shadow Cascade, so it will be really easier to craft this in the Eternal Cache and get your no portent with Shadow Cascade, just LP1, guaranteed it will be really easy to get this. And it has increased health, the same thing was from this. So you have the same health and more bonuses of leash and things like that, and no portent will be a really good armor for Shadow Cascade. Now for helmets, there's no need for uniques. We got a Dragon Visage, it increases critical strike multiplier and fire resistance, good armor. And what I look for here is increased health, tier 7. The other two is mana efficiency for Synchronized Strike, or level of Synchronized Strike with melee damage, and elemental resistance, or any resistance that you may want. We can have here also, if you don't get the Synchronized Strike affixes, you can get additional damage per sword if you have a sword equipped, or additional damage for anything, and more health if you don't need elemental resistance. In the amulet, I got a bone amulet. It has physical and necrotic resistance with increased mana regen, physical penetration, poison resistance, and dodge rating. We can go for any resistance here instead of poison, and instead of dodge rating, you can also go for health. You don't really need to stack dodge, but dodge is good. I recommend flat dodge, but it's good as well. For mentioning, I have two uniques that I want to show you. Let me just find them here. Inheritance of the Erased. This one is good because it increases health by a lot. It has void resistance, health regen, and this is a Weaver's Well item, so it will have Weaver's Well. And then you can have the affixes here, and if you get some good inheritance of the Erased, you can replace it with this amulet here, but don't forget of to cap your resistances. Okay, so this one was the first, and the second one is the Apostate Sanctuary. It is the base from the amulet, the same base, physical and necrotic resistance. It gives vitality and health per vitality. More damage to boss and her enemies. This is also really good. And okay, this will also deal more damage to champions, deal more damage to other things like mages, exiled mages, and champions, and her enemies. Okay, and bosses. Okay, so the Apostate Sanctuary is also a good amulet to play with. I was playing that video with one of these. For the belt, we go for Shattered Chains. The most important thing in the Shattered Chains is increased mana regeneration, and for the amulet as well, mana regeneration tier 7. We are going to get at least 20 with mana regeneration, 25, it's good. As we have mana efficiency here, maybe we can go, you can try with 18. 18 is the minimum mana regeneration if we have mana efficiency. If you don't have mana efficiency, 25 is the minimum that you need to have for mana regeneration. So we get mana regeneration on those. If you already have the mana regeneration, you can go with increased melee damage or hybrid health. So that will also help you and are good affix for our Shattered Chains. Shattered Chains gives more damage per stack of Doom. We have our Doom chance coming from Siphon of Anguish, and also it increased melee damage, armor, and potion cleanse, stun, and freeze, so you always press the potion button if you got stunned. And we go also with the Siphon of Anguish to combo with it. It gives elemental resistance in the base, implicit, so this is amazing. And we have increased physical damage and any resistance or health or dodge or any defense mechanics that you want to buff here. It gives melee damage listed as health. That will be important to the leech. We have increased leech rate here. Newport also have leech rate. And Siphon of Anguish will help us to recover health after we've been hit and not died. Increased movement speed, that's also amazing. Chance to apply Doom on hit. Try to get at least 20% of chance to apply Doom on hit. As we're going to play Synchronized Strike, you're going to hit 5 times with Synchronized Strike, and you're going to hit more 5 times with your Shadow Cascade, and you're going to have all 4 shattered Doom stacks in the enemy. Doom can be stacked 4 times, and that will increase your damage for more melee damage of 20%. So this is what will really increase your damage. This is melee damage combo, really classic, and everyone uses it in melee builds. For the other ring, we can go with a Font of the Erased. It increases health and mana by a percentage, and this is what I'm looking for in this ring. The extra mana spent gained as ward can also help us to not die, even if you're not going to build a ward build. I place it here increased mana regeneration as a tier 7, remembering that you can use physical damage, anything that increases the damage of the build. You can also play with health, so health tier 7, or resistances, another that's not tier 7, but try to get a good tier 7 that will help the build, and mana regeneration, and dexterity also good to the build, so you can build beyond with dexterity tier 7 here, and try to get some mana regeneration in anywhere else. By example, I'm with a Gambit of the Erased Rogue here. It's another Weaver Wheel item, so there's lots of Weaver Wheel items, and I place it here, increased physical damage tier 7 and mana regeneration. So you can have physical damage here tier 7 and mana regeneration here tier 7. That will also cap here it to 20 to 25 here. I go with 26, so I don't need to care anywhere for these problems. In the gloves, we got melee attack speed tier 5 and health hybrid. Those are the 2 effects that we're going to use. And I like also the Weaver's Wheel gloves, the Swaddling of the Erased, because it increases melee attack speed, and melee attack speed is important to increase our damage with Shadow Cascade. It also gives all attributes, so it's an amazing glove. There is no other unique that is good to play, so if you're not having the Swaddling of the Erased, or if you don't want to go for it, try to get a good Exalted Glove. That also will be amazing. For the boots, we have many boots that we can use. If you want move speed, you can go with the Blood of the Exiled. It gives lots of move speed, and that will help you. And we can go for hybrid health here, so that will also help in health mechanics. Remembering that we're going to get health somewhere, like Gambit of the Erased, health tier 5 here, and it's easy to get 3000 health with a bit more health in the mechanics from idols or for the other things here. Okay, let's go for the idols and we can finish it, but let's just remember it. Let's get the boots mentions. So I have one of the Smoke Bomb Stealth. This is amazing boots because it has great dodge rating, base dodge rating. So I will show you, just let me show you. Dodge rating 16%. If I got the Smoke of Stealth, I got level of smoke bomb, increase the dodge H%, increase dodge rate in base, evade charge. Remember that we are always Q, W, space for evade, or Q, W, shift. So this is the way I play the game with this build. So you don't use Shadow Cascade and remain in the click, because you have to break the animation. So here for stealth, just by changing it, my dodge chance raised from 16 to 28%, and with the combos that comes from the passives, this can go for 60% dodge chance, and that will be really good. So this one is good to mention. The problem here is that we're going to have a reduced movement speed. Okay, so stealth, the other one, Razor Fall, is good because it gives dexterity and movement speed, throwing skills, so smoke bomb and shurikens, and Vaeon's. The other one is Vaeon's Chariot. Vaeon's Chariot, this is my preferred. If you get a 30% movement speed or health tier 7 here, you're already good to go with it. It has more move speed than the stealth, but it has all resistances, armor, and more damage, increased damage per unpercent movement speed. And this is a really good boot, so you can use it as well, or any exalted boots with 4 tier 7, with at least 1 tier 7 affix and a good sealed affixes. Okay, you can see also that my exalted are not sealed. You can get health in sealed items or things that increase damage. For the idols to finish this, there is the new dodge rating and increased health affixes for the idols, and this is good because we can get at least a minimum of dodge, and then this will help elemental resistance in the base, so we can get more resistance. I'm just passing resistance hits because it's a Vaeon Chariot and have more resistance. And if you can see, we can go for 100 resistance here with this build. And if you go for no permanent, we are going to reduce damage from those that have at least 105% by 20% damage, and that will really help you. If you have good resistance like this, go for a no permanent. That will be better. Okay, large shadow idol with elemental resistance. We have Heretical Rouge Shadow Idol that increases damage with Shadow Cascade per active shadow, increase damage for a skill used by shadows, and have chance receiving glancing blow. This is new as well, or increased dodge rating. So have percent increased dodge rating if you go in the Woven Echo. But go for Shadow Cascade and damage used by shadows. This is the way to go if you're going to use Sword and Dagger. Sword and Dagger, because we have passives that really increase critical chance. I'm with 92% crit chance here. We can go with 85 crit chance, or even 8 crit chance is already usable because Shadow Cascade base crit chance is 10%. So if you have the 83 crit chance from the average of this build, you're okay with this as well. The minimum is 71, we can go for 71. We can go at least with 83 here is good. Crit chance. So for Sword and Dagger, I will explain with the passives and the skills after the idols. And we have 2 of them for increased damage. This will increase your damage by a lot. We have another dodge rate elemental resistance dodge. I can just do the same thing here. It's just don't forget. Heretical grant. All these idols have the chance to receive a glancing blow and increase the dodge rating. So for glancing blow, we have 3, 3, 2, 2, 4, 6, 12. 12% will receive a glancing blow here. and also 664 for 12% of dodge rating. And I got those ones, those small ones, that have physical penetration at tier 1. Small, they are better idols. And I got void resistance or necrotic resistance, or the resistance that you need for that play. So this will help. That's why I kept void resistance here more easily. Okay, let's go for the passives, then for the skills. For the passives, we get attack speed. Attack speed is really important. I will just explain why this is important. It's because of this leveraged momentum. Shadow Cascade deals more damage per 1% increased melee attack speed you have. So 60% of your melee attack speed is increased by more damage. If you see here, I have attack speed of maximum 211% and average. Let's just make it 200 melee attack speed. With 200 melee attack speed, I have 120 more damage. I just doubled the damage that Shadow Cascade does and placed 115 for more. So it's more than double the damage just with one node skill and stack and melee attack speed. So that's why melee attack speed is important. So let's go back here. We have melee attack speed. We have 1 point in Gil. We have to equip 2 weapons. This will reduce damage while moving and increase dodge rating. This will also increase chance of haste on hit and increase damage per 1% of movement speed, the same of the Veils. So you increase even more if you are hasted, as we can gain haste in Shadow Strike. So on haste on hit chance. So always the combo will have this haste effect to increase the damage of our combos. I got here 8 points in critical precision. I will show some variations, but let's just say here, critical precision, 8 points. We got 1 point in Cloak of Shadows just to get to Veil of Night. Veil of Night increase attack speed by 15%. We got 5 points in Persa to increase move speed by 8%. And then we got Rhythm by 5 points to increase melee attack speed by Stack of Flow by 5%. I believe we can go with this point if you want to have more flow. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce the Ischiasynthesis that increase shadow damage. So we'll have increased shadow damage here. I will change. I can't take points from here. That's bad. It's 6 points. I have to keep it. And then I go for 5 points for Blood Dance for increased melee damage listed as health. We got increased damage while dual wielding. And 8 points and weapons of choice to increase our crit chance with a sword and dagger combo. So we're going to use sword and dagger in this build. And you have this. If we're going for 2, it's possible. 2 Scissors of Atropos, you need critical strike chance. You need at least in the minimum, a tier 7 that will give 10%. Yes, 10% critical strike chance. Melee critical strike chance, 10% here. So melee critical strike chance, you need things like this. If we're going for 2 Scissor of Atropos, that will be that with this we'll have good damage, and also you'll lose lots of critical strike multiplier from here and the dexterity levels, but we have the levels of melee skill. So Scissor of Atropos is really powerful. It's possible to have the variation. I will not talk more about this, just I will let you imagine the build with it. Choose words. But basically, you will need to have at least a 10% critical chance, and you have to use increased critical chance if you're using choose words. That can be equipped in the bot, but also have idols with this. So you're going to lose the damage from shadows to increase crit chance in the idols. Or increase shadow damage, we remove that idols and we'll place increased critical for if you're going to use 2 shadows. You take points from here and place points here and get some dodge rating percent also in the weapons, and we're going to have 70% dodge easy with choose words. The benefit of choose words that you are more tanky. And you can have points here for cleansing blows. Perfection, so this will increase damage from the build. We have confidence that also increase damage for the build. And here also 1 point only to increase damage for the build. 2 stacks of perfection per melee attack or at full health. We got some points in Spellbreaker for mana regen and frail chance that will decrease damage of bosses mainly, and hair and champions and big monsters. We have Shadow Master to increase shadow damage, and here Critical Eye and All-Win. Critical Eye was this 1 point you need, but go here for the rest of the points. The good would be here to place it here in Duelist. Duelist gives increased dodge rating. For here, we go for 5 points in Wilderness Scout, 5 points in Outlander Tenacity or Raptor Wings, as we're going to give more damage with haste. And remembering, we get haste from this node here, and Shadow Cascade will benefit from the damage from this node, 1% for 1% move speed. And also, if we're going for this, you're going to increase your damage. But this gives dodge, and that can be helpful. So most of the time I go like this and go here for increased mana regeneration and gain mana on dodge. So that will lessen the pain if you don't have great mana regeneration. And get the rest of the points here to increase dual wield damage and dodge rating. Okay, so that's our passives. And for the skills, finally, Synchronized Strike. The main thing here is to have mana efficiency of 30% with dynamics. Get more Art of the Blade attack speed, remembering that we're going to use +2 level Synchronized Strike here, +2 from the Scissor of Atropos, and +2 from Traitor's Tongue. And for the Shadow Cascade, we have 4 from the Body Armor. So 27 points. Dynamics, Art of the Blade, perfect coordination. So they are going to jump more near each other. So that will make all the shadows hit the same enemy. So knowing this, we have to get coordinated cuts. So every hit from Synchronized Strike will shred armor, and this will increase damage a lot and have increased armor shred effect. As for 1 point only, you're going to always get a Shadow Dagger in a Synchronized Strike. It's not giving lots of damage, but it's extra damage, so it's in the build, just 1 point. Here we have Glowing Darkness. Even if the shadows jump near each other, you need more area so they can hit the same enemy. Go for increased damage with foreshadowing and more shadows with dark allies. So we have 4 shadows thanks to this node. And finally, physical resistance shred chance. So armor shred chance, physical resistance shred chance. Okay, Shadow Cascade, our main source of damage. I explained the leveraged momentum already, so you need first to go here, and then you need to go here for Careful Assault. That will increase your damage, more damage of 100%, if you use it with 4 shadows only. So Synchronized Strike create 4 shadows, and then you Shadow Cascade with that 4 shadows, and you're going to benefit with double damage with this. Go for Mana Refunded. mana nodes here. Get Shadow Torrent for more damage by each shadow. So this will give you 48% damage. So plus 1.5 damage. We get Crushing Darkness and Flow State. Both increase our damages really well. And 2 points in Dagger Dance to throw daggers at enemies. So this will happen to decrease armor. So if you have something that creates debuffs on the enemies, even if you're not going to play with daggers, the daggers can give extra damage, can debuff enemies, shred armor, shred physical resistance, place bleed, and things, frailty, and things like that in the enemies, and that happens to help in the final of the circumstances of the battle. Okay, Shadow Flourish. So if you have any points, go for Shadow Flourish. It's for mapping, not for bosses, and increase your damage for a buff duration if you hit more than 4 enemies with Shadow Cascade. For our shift, we are going to use velocity, increase cooldown recovery speed, mana efficiency. Okay, we have momentum. What's happening that I have that much points in here? It's not right. It's not a dexterity. Oh, it's not dexterity because I got Unseen Strike. And you get more 2 points for it because you get Unseen Strike. Just let me test. Yes. Oh, place. I get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Strange. It's strange. 5 unspent points. Something's breaking the build. I don't know what. Okay, but the important here is velocity, so you can use it more often and have mana efficiency, so you're not going to spend a lot of mana. Here we have a buff of movement speed, and this also increases damage using that items, that Veils, by example, that will increase damage of Veils, that will increase damage of the passive, the 2 nodes of the passives. So this is why the momentum are important. Lasting Presence and Dancing Shadows. So we're going to use Shadow Cascade when you shift. You get more mana regeneration here. And Shadow Sleep Vulnerability while shifting. This is important. There are bosses that will be hard if you don't use this. And here we go for Shurikens. That will help a lot. And that's what I recommend. Okay. For Shurikens, we go for Blade Armor. So we'll go here for Blade Shield, increase duration, and increased armor by Blade Shield. This will help with your, will increase a lot of your armor, so that will help you to stay alive. Get Ethereal Blades, or your Shurikens will disappear on a hit, so you have to have this. And as we have more points, we can go for Flip a Coin for chance of additional Shurikens. With additional Shurikens, we have more armor when that happens. With Smoke Bomb, we got increased damage with Smoked Blades. Then we get Armor Shred here that will shred armor on hit with Synchronized and Shadow Cascade. Even Shurikens are... Oh, yes. Shurikens also has physical shred chance here with this Abrasive Arsenal. So we can shred physical resistance if we stay near to the enemy. But we're going to shred armor and slow enemies with this. This is important for killing bosses faster. And we're going to have Lingering Fumes for more smoke cloud lasts longer, so it almost will last 10 seconds. In here, 1 point in Generosity. As we have more points here, we go for Rapid Concealment. That will increase our dodge and Glancing Blow chance we're going to receive those buffs. Okay, so those are the skills. I finished the build already. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Everything is explained. The build planner is in the description. See ya for the next build.